What's up, girly pops? Today we have the brand new Infinite Disc Sultan. We're going to compare it to the Pharaoh, the Emperor. Let's get into it. So the brand new Infinite Disc Sultan was a limited release. It went to team members as well as VIP club members, and it is at Disc South, which is today if you're in the Dallas area. This is gonna come out in a couple days, so it's probably over. My bad on the timing, but you may have gotten a Sultan, which is a very interesting new distance driver from Infinite Disc that is supposed to slot right between the Emperor and the Pharaoh. You guys know I absolutely love the Halo Pharaohs. I've been bagging Pharaohs for a long time now. Been on Emperors a little bit. I've compared these two a lot, and I'm glad to add this one to the mix. So what makes the Sultan different from the Emperor as well as the Pharaoh? So we know that the Emperor is a destroyer, very destroyer-like, overstable 12-speed distance driver. The Pharaoh is for people like me who are a little bit smaller, 13-speed, wider rim, but more understable. So it's able for slower arm speeds to get up and turn a little bit, really maximize the distance. The Sultan is supposed to be right in between those two, and it features, we'll get into it, a very interesting nose bead on it to give it some more of that extra stability, let it be understable on the wing shape, but some more stability from the bead. We'll get more into the profile, the shape, the plastics of all these discs in a second, but that was a pretty long intro. Let's go ahead and throw them. We do have a very windy day today. I'll do my best to let you guys know which way the wind is coming from. Right now, I would say 10 to 15 miles straight right to left. Warm up, and let's not start with the distance driver, shall we? We'll go Nexus, Tomb, Supra. That should be good. Let's throw these three real quick. Get a nice warm up in. Just a little Nexus. This wind's gonna be the bane of this video, I can tell. Oh, that just came out so early. Maybe it's my timing that's gonna be the bane of this video. Little Tomb, strong right to left right now. Very, very windy out. See how the Sultan handles that. Yeah, really stable in that Tomb up as well. Throw a Supra, just nice stock hyzers here. Go get yourself a Supra. That was kind of insane. All right, we are not quite adequately, but I say we are at least a little bit warmed up. Let's go with Halo Emperor. These, I have not thrown these a ton. These are super new, so a lot of stability still left in this, especially with this wind. I'm expecting this to be pretty overstable. Just nice stock hyzers for now. Just slight hyzer releases. Yeah, I mean, it flipped up a little bit, but wind really getting a hold of it now. That's maybe 400. This is my go-to right here. This wind may help it a little bit, actually, if it doesn't get pushed down on the turn, but you guys know this one. This is my baby. Oh my God. I just threw that 500 feet in the wrong direction. I don't know what just happened. All right, first throw at the Sultan. It's kind of like it wanted to have some dome up here and then it got concave. This is a very interesting feeling disc, even without the bead on it. I do have this in the Color Glow metal flake plastic, by the way. That was a lot of hyzer and a lot of flip up out of that. Okay. One, that kind of bombed. Two, way less stable than I thought it was gonna be. Just for comparison's sake, I do have one more Halo Pharaoh, one more Splatter S-Blend Emperor. This is an incredible run. Just for fun, just for comparison's sake. Yeah, just super controlled hyzer. Man, when that thing starts to fade in this wind, it is zooming to the left. Let's try to get a non-fraudulent Halo Pharaoh throw as well. Didn't quite catch that one, but you can see even that just kind of slowly flipped up, had a good amount of fade to it. That Sultan might be a roller, but we'll see. Maybe it was fraudulent. The initial impression is way flippier than I thought it was gonna be. It is 167, so a little lighter weight, but almost all my distance drivers are between like 167 and 171. I don't keep a lot of max weight distance drivers, so should still be pretty apples to apples. Another thing I did want to point out, it really doesn't feel weird in your grip. Like, you don't feel that nose bead at all in a power grip. The weirder part to me is that it feels like it's going to be domey and then just kind of stops and goes back concave. So that's pretty interesting. I wonder if I just got maybe a freak of nature Sultan, but we'll try it one more time. Again, when I was walking back up, it was a little bit more tailwindy, it felt like, so I'm gonna try to hit these a little bit more flat. I'll start out same order, Emperor, Pharaoh, Sultan. Let's try that out. A little air bouncy. We're working on the form. similar flight, just nice and straight, and then a reliable dump. Exactly what you're looking for from a destroyer type disc. Try to push this one a little farther. Yeah, so that's my go-to ferro. That's going to be a little less stable than a brand new Halo ferro because it's been in my bag for a while, but that's pretty dead straight 420-ish on a rope. Let's see, I'm kind of scared. Kind of scared for this. Try to throw basically the same shot. More hyzer, and that thing is turning right. Okay, that reminds me a lot of my I-blend ferro out the box. So I'm wondering if I maybe got a fraudulent Sultan or if it's more in between a ferro and a Maya. This is a very flippy ferro, very old I-blend domi ferro. This is like my max distance guy. Let's compare it to this. You can see a ton of hyzer, and that has a pretty similar flight. I put that on more hyzer, and that even might still be a little bit more stable, but that just went around 450. That thing bombs. So I mean, it's not a bad thing that that's maybe more similar to that disc. It's just not exactly what I expected. Let's try one more ferro. This is a more new Halo ferro to give you an idea of what these fly like, not super beat in, just to compare it to the Sultan again. This should be a good bit more stable. Yeah, putting a little bit more hyzer on, but even you can see more hyzer on that. That flew a lot more like the Emperor, where it just slowly kind of flips up and then still wants to fade. From my analysis so far, not between an Emperor and a ferro, but between a ferro and a Maya, right in between kind of that slot, at least my Sultan. All right, I'll hit one more, maybe it's a pure for fun test. I'm gonna throw a forehand with the new Halo Emperor, new Halo ferro, and then a new Color Glow Metal Flake Sultan. I don't throw distance drivers on forehand a ton, but I think it'll just be a fun test. And then we'll get into the profiles of each of these discs. Start out again with the Imp. A little bit of a tailwind right now. It's gonna try to hang these on the left side of that pole on flat to hyzer. Pure hyzer from that guy. My forehand is getting better, surprisingly. I say surprisingly when it's been the focus of my game for like the past 2 years to improve my forehand. Little ferro. Oh, that came out so just high and nose up. But you can see that one flip up a little bit more. Obviously, I mean, 13, 12 speeds on forehand for me are gonna be pretty dumpy anyway. Let's see if the Sultan can counteract that. It's a nice hyzer release here. Yeah. That's rolling. Nice forehand roller. Okay, I want to throw a better ferro forehand. Here's my my beat up one. Oh no, I didn't say anything. Let's have a bit of a disc profile yap session, shall we? This is a Halo ferro and this is a Halo Emperor. I have an entire video dedicated to this if you're super interested, but you can see rim profile. Obviously the Emperor is going to be a little bit more stable, a little bit sharper pull down on this wing, a more understable wing design on that ferro, a little bit wider rim, giving it some more distance potential as well as understability. Now let's compare that same ferro to the Sultan, right? So ferro wing on the left, Sultan wing on the right. You can see the wing shape's pretty similar, right? Pretty understable wing shape, but the big difference on the bottom side, you can see that bead on the Sultan. So the big thing for me, I think my Sultan just might be fraudulent, because if you look, it kind of wants to come up into a dome right here and then just stops and starts being a little concave in the middle. I think this may be just a freak understable Sultan. So I don't know. Let me know in the comments down below. So a bit of a weird one today. That is my first thoughts, first impressions of the new Sultan. Kind of maybe more Maya-like than ferro-like for sure. Pretty understable. Throwing it flat, I think would net you a roller on both sides for this with my similar arm speed and with this similar Sultan. I will say, if you are a Disc South attender and picked one of these up, if you are on the team and have one of these, or if you're in the VIP club and have one of these, let me know down below. I'm super curious if your profile is similar to this and if yours is as understable as this. If I get some valid evidence that they are not this understable and this may be just a one-off, I will order another one, and this will need a part 2 of the video, I guess. But this Sultan, the first run Color Glow Metal Flake with the more concave top, is definitely very understable. I would not say that this is between an Emperor and a ferro as it was kind of initially told to us. I think it's closer to a Maya. Pretty flippy. Interesting feel of the disc with the big nose bead that you really don't feel at all in a power grip. So we'll see. Maybe there's a part 2. Thank you guys a ton for watching. Let me know in the comments below if you have one of these, what it flies like, and what this would replace for you in your bag. Do you need a disc that is this fast and this flippy? I think it's a very fun slot. Some people don't really enjoy it, but let me know down below. Thank you guys a ton for watching. If you want to pick up any of these Emperors, Pharaohs, maybe the Sultan when they're live on the regular site with a full release, please use the links in my description. It helps me a ton. I love you. Yeah, weird one today, weird one.